This video is presented by Western and Southern Financial Group, a game plan for your financial future. Every great team starts with a strong foundation, and your future should too. With life insurance built like a championship roster, Western and Southern helps protect what matters most so you can focus on winning today while planning for tomorrow. Whether you're just starting out your journey, building your dynasty, or ready to retire like a champion, Western and Southern has the right play for your life stage. Visit westernsouthern.com to get your free life insurance quote today. Western and Southern, built to win. Bucks and the Dolphins, so that's the part two of the NFC South here. It is Tampa Bay going down to Miami to take on the Dolphins. No Tua Tagovailoa is the starter. Obviously, Quinn Ewers is the starter now for them. Talk to me about the Bucks. What are you looking for on their offense?
Well, Baker Mayfield, as we've talked about so much lately, it's been erratic, it's been frenetic, it's been inaccurate, but there is no reason really he should feel uncomfortable in this game, right? When you look at the Buccaneers lately, I believe it's since week 10, they have the second best pass blocking grade in the NFL. They are allowing just the seventh lowest knockdown percentage, either a sack or a hit on Baker Mayfield in the NFL, and you're going against a Dolphins team that's dead last in pass rush grade. Now the Dolphins, it's been pretty confusing considering the amount of talent they have on their defensive line, why their pass rush has cratered all season and just not played well. But either way, especially this heater that Tristan Wirfs is on at left tackle here. I got to look up his string of games lately here for the Bucks. But Baker Mayfield's going to have plenty of clean pockets in this game. He just has to make the throws because this Dolphins pass rush has really been it's been a problem for them, right? Chop Robinson, Zach Sealer on the inside. You just had some guys who just have not played as well as they could have lately, right? And I'm just looking at Tristan Wirfs now. How about a 90 plus PFF grade in 3 straight games for him? That's fun. Including a 97 against Atlanta in Week 15. But I think that's really been this really has been a case. So often when quarterbacks struggle, you can point to like the Chargers, well, they can't block, or there's certain teams that are short on receivers, right? It really is for the Bucks. It's Baker Mayfield, and he's really caved in under pressure this year. But lately, he hasn't been under as much pressure. He just has to go out there and calm down and make the throws, and the Bucks can win this game because he's going to be protected.
On the Dolphins side of things, no, you talk about the offensive line for Tampa. The offensive line for the Dolphins. No offensive lineman last week had a pass blocking grade above a 60, which just to remind everybody how the PFF scale works, a 60.0 is like a neutral grade. If you earned a 60.0 in a game, it means it's like, hey, you did your job, you didn't screw up, you didn't, take it to another level, you weren't well above and beyond expectations, but you were fine. You did your job. You asked what was asked of you to execute. No one on their offensive line has a 60 or above outside of Aaron Brewer, who is elite. Aaron Brewer has a 90, had a 90.5 pass blocking grade last week because he's been one of the best offensive linemen in the NFL this year. Nobody else had a grade above a 60. So I feel a little bit bad for Quinn Ewers because we're sitting here, judging him as a quarterback in his early first starts of his NFL career, and he just doesn't have an offensive line that's protecting him very well. I also felt on the defensive side of things, the Dolphins looked very unmotivated now that they no longer have a shot at the playoffs, now that their quarterback has been replaced into there didn't feel like there was anybody with any juice on the defensive line. So I think the Bucs should have an advantage on both sides of the trenches. And with that being the case, I think Tampa should win this game. 30-21 is the final score that I have here. I think the Dolphins are going to have the ability to move the ball, especially with a lot of the speed that they have on their offense. I'd be very worried about Jalen Waddle in this game. I'd be worried about Malik Washington in this game. Darren Waller, obviously if he does a lot of good stuff to the sideline as well because he's sort of that big slot receiver who could play on the line as an X receiver as well. But you get him over the middle against these linebackers, I think he's got the ability to really eat. So even with the struggles of the offensive line for the Dolphins and even with Quinn Ewers still in a major learning phase, I think they can put up more than 20 on this Bucs defense, but the Bucs should be able to outscore the Dolphins. So I'm going to say 30-21 is the final score and Tampa wins this game.
I have the Bucs 24-17. I think a key thing for them in this game is how quickly can they get off to a good start. right? If you can get ahead of this Dolphin team with Quinn Ewers as the quarterback, if you can get ahead early by 2 scores and make them get into drop-back situations, you can really take a big advantage in this game. That's when the Bengals took the game over against Miami this past week. It was close at halftime, and then the Dolphins had some turnovers, and the Bengals got up, and then you're talking about Quinn Ewers not being as protected by Mike McDaniel's scheme. How quickly can the Bucs take Mike McDaniel out of this script? If they can't do that, and you have this constant problem of your linebackers chasing Devon Achane, I think especially all over the field, then you start to have some issues. So they're going to need to make open field tackles, and if it's me, the key for the Bucs is their first 2 or 3 drives. Get ahead early, make Quinn Ewers beat you as a drop-back passer. I don't think he's able to do that. Give me the Bucs 24-17.
Everyone's got takes. Numbers have truth. And the truth is, most people are betting with emotion. Sportsbooks feed on it. TikTok gurus sell it. The hype machine runs on it. That's how you lose. PFF is different. You're betting with winning data. The same data trusted by all 32 NFL teams and the sharpest minds in the game. PFF betting tools take every prop, every matchup, every angle, and run them through our custom models. Built on the best football data in the world. What comes back is your edge. Simple, sharp, and built to win. Want to go deeper? PFF puts a pro-level analytics department in your hands, giving you the same insights teams use to find every advantage. Build your game plan with matchup analysis. Project every snap, every matchup, and every edge before kickoff. Because the smartest plays start long before Sunday. Hit rates show how a player performs against their prop and against defenses built the same way. It's the data that gives you real confidence in every pick. Next, Key Insights translates PFF data into the story behind every matchup, giving you the why that powers your bets. From coverage schemes to defensive looks, it's the context that turns raw numbers into winning decisions. When you're ready to take action, filter through every prop on the market and focus on the opportunities that matter, by game, matchup, or value. Then, shop for the best available line in your area and tap your book of choice to place the bet instantly. Everyone's got takes, but now you've got truth. Bet with data, win with PFF.